Welcome back, Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classics as Known Classics. This is episode number 1199. Yeah, next episode is episode 1200. And the... should be... I just put my hand on a cupcake. Don't worry about that. And Doubleshot number 1093. Got two trade. Well, I got one DC trade on Marvel trade. First is the Marvel trade. This is the first of two. This is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Volume 1, The Coulson Protocols. Yep, this is basically a team book. With the leader is Phil Coulson, and team members are Gemma Simmons, Leo Fitz, Melinda May. Yeah, some of the cast members from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Plus the Marvel debut of the universe debut of another character in 2 minutes. We also have Mockingbird, Deathlock, and that's it. Yeah, Deathlock here on this series, that's not the Deathlock of the 90s. Oh no, that's not Mike Collins. That's Henry Hayes on the previous Deathlock series that Embers came up with. Mockingbird, they also believe in reference her relationship with Spider-Man. Yeah, at this point she was dating Spider-Man. This trade collects the first 6 issues of the series, 6 of 10. I'll get to volume 2. Plus material from Marvel, all new, all different point 1. Written by Mark Guggenheim. Yes, the writer of Arrow. Yep, one of the creators of Arrow worked on this thing. Yeah, he's also a comic writer too. The artwork in here is done by German Persila. Yep. Now, this series, these particular issues have guest star appearance by Tony Stark, Spider-Man, and, well, not Wolverine. A couple issues of the storyline are tied into Standoff, which have guest appearance by the New Avengers. Plus, we have the in-universe debut of a brand new character, which I'll get to him. Yep. Of course, the point 1 has a return of Baron Wolfgang von Strucker. Yep, despite the fact this guy is supposed to be dead. Yeah, he died by being shot in the head by Nick Fury at the end of the Secret Warrior series. How the heck he survived? Never explained. Nope, they never explain of how the heck came back. Also, and my friend Edgar would love this, there's a guy who breaks into the Pentagon wearing the Iron Man Silver Centaurian suit. Yes. Yeah, who's under the helmet is quite interesting, to say the least. Oh yeah, and also, I like the fact that, well, Tony Stark hits on, well, Melinda May, which is typical Tony Stark hits on any woman he comes across because he's a playboy. Plus, I love the fact that Coulson has his gun from the movies. Yeah, I thought that was so cool. He has his destroyer gun, which I thought was so funny. We also have, well, May being asked out by Leo. Going on a date, but yeah. Of course, Coulson meets with his ex-girlfriend, Lola, who's a telepath. Yep. And we also see his car, Lola. Yeah, she's asked about this. She asked about this car. Like, is your car after me? He's like, no, the car is named after you. It's just the acronym. Oh, and who is under the helmet of the Iron Man Silver Centaurian suit? Well, it's somebody that no one ever expected to make his Marvel comic debut, but he did. Yep, he did. The whole thing with the Coulson Protocols, it's kind of like similar to Batman's files from Tower of Babel. Yeah, whereas these secret files made by this one person doesn't remember, of course, it's simple as that, and it's meant to take down superheroes if they go rogue. I'm like, aren't these protocols a cheap rip-off of basically the Batman's files that were taken in Tower of Babel? And the short answer, yes. I'm sure it probably is. I'm sure Guggenheim probably got notes from Mark Waid, because Mark Waid came up with that interesting idea. Yep. Let's see if I can find it here. Who is under the helmet? It is quite shocking who's under the helmet. Yeah, they don't reveal who on the helmet to issue 5, which is none other than Grant Wilson. Yep, Grant Wilson is in the Marvel comic universe. Yep, and as you can tell, it's similar to how he looks in live action, but yeah, it's quite interesting though that this book brought him into the Marvel comic universe. Though he doesn't appear out to this book for some reason, I don't know why, but Coulson does. Not the rest of the agents though. You have a bunch of spy work. You have Rick Jones basically using U.S. Agent S.H.I.E.L.D. How they got hands, I had no idea. They do briefly capture him, but he's later rescued by the New Avengers, who does point out, though, when they break him out, that Power Man goes to Gemma Simmons and says, your chi is off, and something's wrong with your chi. And he mentions the death level before leaving, and, well, that's a tie-in for Standoff. They don't do very much in the storyline. And, oh, they reveal what the name of the car stands for. Yeah, what Lola stands for. Yeah, his car, when he goes to Paris with Lola. Yes, I know about the quote, whatever Lola wants. Yeah, it was a quote that my late grandpa used to say many times over the years. Okay, Lola stands for, this is according to Phil Coulson, it stands for not Lola, Lolla, Low Orbit Liftoff Automobile. So, yeah. So the car is not named after her, it's just basically the acronym of the same thing. Yeah. This is overall a really fun book to read. Shame was canceled at 10 issues. Yeah, I'm like, what's so wrong with having a spy book in Marvel Comics? Yep, especially it's frickin' S.H.I.E.L.D. And you probably think, what, this has anything to do with TV show? Not really, this has nothing to do with TV show at all. But this book is fantastic. Yes, they do run into Spider-Man here for like one issue. Yeah, and because of the fact they found out about the protocols, Coulson gets removed as director of this team and replaced with an assassin, which I discussed on my Good to Volume 2. Great book. Give this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. My friend Edgar knows how much I love this series. It's a shame that the series got canceled. Crap, not again. Seriously. Sorry about this. It's just basically... I'll clean up later. Alright. Let's put this over here. My apologies about this. Next up it is Green Arrow Volume 8, End of the Road. Yep, this is the end of Green Arrow Volume 5. Collecting issues 39 to 42 and 48 to 50. I've technically reviewed the last 3 issues in here in the trade Heroes in Crisis, Price and Arrow stories. For 30 to 42 are two-parters in a row, where the first one is done by Colleen Kelly and Jackson Larsing. This is a two-parter that's a follow-up to a annual of Deathstroke I completely forgot existed. It's just him going to her country, helping some kids out, doing some humanitarian relief. Black Canary doesn't even show up in this story at all. Matter of fact, she doesn't show up in these issues to issue 48. Though she's in the issues done by the Bensons. Yep, so it's just a mediocre story. And then we have a little more interesting story. We have Green Arrow break into a prison to help out the frickin' Parasite. Though he also runs the Count Vertigo in here. I think it's supposed to be Iron Heights. Yep, it's an interesting two-parter. A lot better than what the previous writers did. That's by Marguerite Scott. Yes, the writer who took over Batgirl, though this writer since left. Yep. And then we have the last 3 issues, which I've covered already. But as for the final trade itself, I give this book roughly 8 out of 10. It's very disappointing for an actual great series. Final thoughts on Volume 5? Yes, I own all the trades for this now. The problem with the Green Arrow books, Green Arrow series, since it was relaunched back in 2011, is a bit inconsistency. The volume itself is good. The Ben Percy run, fantastic. The Benson issues are really good. These issues, well, the first 2 are not very good. 39 and 40, not very good. 40 and 42 is a little better. A little more interesting story with that one. Last 3 issues are really good. This is done by the same people. And my biggest problem with the series, and a lot of people have had this problem, there is no consistency with the writing when it comes to Green Arrow. Also, characters keep disappearing as soon as a writer leaves. One character get a complete redesign and retconning his previous appearance, namely Count Vertigo. Yep, he appeared in Jeff Lemire run, though he also appeared in an issue of Brian Hitch's Justice League with the same look. Then he returns Green Arrow with a completely different look. He's not the only character to change his look. Oh no, we have Malcolm Merlyn shows up during the Andrew Kreisberg run, where he's got a scar on his face. And then he disappears and he shows up in this series like, wait, what happened to his scar? And is it supposed to be Malcolm Merlyn? Who the heck knows? I didn't mind the fact he connects to John Diggle. Fine, no problem with that at all. But what the heck happened to his scar? Did he get fixed? Never revealed. And it is mentioned that all the Green Arrow had Count Vertigo before. That's fine. Not Count Vertigo. Malcolm Merlyn. That's perfectly fine. My problem is with Count Vertigo. It's like, okay, he's bringing consistently in Lemire's run, and then like he gets the Percy's run. Like, why the heck is he being? Why'd you reboot the character for, Percy? Yeah, he basically rebooted the character. Well, apparently he knew Roy Harper when he first showed up on the scene. Yeah, that was so confusing. Aside from the fact that we have Count Vertigo, basically him and Malcolm Merlyn changing it looks, we have characters who appear and then disappear. Also in these issues, for some strange reason, Green Arrow supporting cast mostly all disappear. Yes. During the first 4 issues, there's no appearance by the supporting cast. Not a single one, which I thought that was kind of weird. I'm like, where the heck is his sister? Oh yeah, she's off in Teen Titans, which is going to be ending soon. Yeah, but pretty disappointing end to what is remarkably one of Rebirth's best series. Yep, pretty disappointing, to say the least. But yeah, not much else to say. Oh yeah, and also I give this. Yeah, the book I give an 8 out of 10, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 9.5 out of 10 is a damn good book. This book does have good artwork. Yeah, it's got good artwork. Yeah, aside from the writers, the artwork in here is done by a few different artists. It's done by 3 artists. We have Javier Fernandez, Matthew Clark, and Marco Tarica. Yep, that's who does the interior artwork. The cover art here, this is Ken Newland. Yeah, this comes from the final issue of the series. Yep, and that was last year when this series ended. Yep, last year. Don't know why the series had to end last year, though it could be due to the fact that the book kept changing writers. Yes, I think that's what probably killed the book, was the frequent change of creative teams. That's what probably caused people to drop the book and why sales slipped. But instead of, keeping a consistent writer on, nope, we have to axe the book. Oh, and by the way, what has Green Arrow done since the book ended? Well, let's see. He showed up in Leviathan. He was at Leviathan Checkmate. That's it. That's all he's done since his book ended. Mika Queen. Teen Titans. The book is ending soon. Black Canary. Well, she's done nothing. Yeah, as far as I can tell, she's done nothing since the series ended. Yeah, his tech people disappeared. Manhunter showed up in the pages of Event Leviathan with Green Arrow. Shows up a few times here and there, and then that's it for Manhunter. Yeah. As for Count Vertigo, hasn't showed up since the series, and near as Malcolm Merlyn, surprisingly. Yeah, I kind of wish we had a Green Arrow book. Now, it was kind of strange how DC ended this book, despite the fact we had the Arrow TV show going at that point. Though the series since concluded. Yeah, ended actually just last year, believe it or not. Yeah, after 10 seasons, which actually was 7 seasons. Yeah, it was, actually it was 8 seasons. It was time for the series anyways, so I'm happy the series ended. Though I haven't watched the series since season 6. Yeah. I might eventually get back to watching Arrow eventually, but not right now. I've got a bunch of anime to watch. Yeah, but that's it for this particular review, and that's it video today. Tomorrow actually is a perspective video for a Comic Corner, maybe, but Black Clover definitely. And maybe Naruto, maybe. Just depends, okay? Just next video. Bye.